All right. Let's pretend all my groups no longer existed, and I had to start from scratch in terms of finding a group that I want to talk to. And build an audience in and gain traction with. You guys should have already seen my videos on how to do outreach, and you've got more videos to talk about how to be effective in those outreaches, how to book appointments and stuff. But a lot of you get lost on the concept of what group do I start with, and you overthink it, and you tend to bounce groups instead of establishing yourself in groups. But I'm going to stick with the core avatars that I would want to find, which are entrepreneurs, influencers, coaches, and I'm going to use the search for Facebook to do this. And I want to show you how fast it can be, and maybe it'll take me longer than I want to, but I have a feeling I'll be able to find my groups that I can be consistent with for the next several months in order to really gain traction. So let's say I look up entrepreneurs, in fact, local entrepreneur. Let's go. See, I just got to play with things, SMBs. There we go. Obviously, I don't need to go to all. I need to scroll down, move my picture out of the way to groups. Hey, look at that. It even wants to suggest groups to me. It's so easy. 137,000 members, 53,000 members, 24,000 members, 154,000. I like to be connected to an array of group sizes, by the way. And there's a number of reasons for that. These larger groups, most of them are filled with automation, and they're filled with people who aren't that great at what they do. They're filled with people who are tire kicking, filled with people who are seeking opportunities. Anybody who wants to be aspiring entrepreneur, in other words, the bulk 99% of entrepreneurs are going to be part of these groups as well. But I still have an opportunity to stand out in those environments, and I can weed through the noise, filter the noise quickly, and get to what I want to see and hear. I'm going to keep scrolling though. I don't have to pick a group fast. Check this out. Exchange USA. This is a group just for American businesses to exchange and promote services and products that have quality experience communicating B2B and D2C. So here's something interesting. I don't know D2C. I wouldn't normally admit that either, especially if I was on a prospect call. But acronym. Let's take a look. Agnostic trouble codes. Definitely not the right answer. That's fine. Um, what is B2C business? Direct to consumer. Something I probably should have known. Um, I didn't. Who cares? It doesn't matter. I don't make a deal out of it. So neither should you. When you come across a term, simply Google it, figure it out. So direct to consumer means a business that provides services direct to consumers, or in other words, direct to people who aren't businesses. So it's positioning that this group is for both audiences, the B2B and more commonly B2C, business to consumer. So and I like this group because it's only got 6,000 members. So I like the idea of that group. The Utah Small Business Owners and Entrepreneurs. I went to school there, so I could do it, but I'm not. I'm not even going to bother with that one at this time. Network of Young Entrepreneurs. No, damn it, I don't want young entrepreneurs. They're arrogant. They're ignorant. They they struggle to understand the value of what somebody can provide once you actually become great at providing solutions. Let me close this. This is my daughter. Um, and he's trying to connect with me, probably trying to sell me something. Great. I'll talk to him later. This is a good friend of mine. Great businessman, by the way. Don't poach my business. Just kidding. You can contact Steve if you want to. So back to the point. So let me open that group. I'm going to open in a new window to say melanated entrepreneurs. No idea what that means. Businessmen around the world. I'm in that group already. So ignore that. Again, I got to start from scratch here. Networking group. This group was created as a place for entrepreneurs worldwide to network, inspire, and assist one another. Every single member of this group can learn. Da da da. So let's open it. Oh, you know what? I have somebody in that group already on my team, so I'm not going to bother. Just to start from absolute scratch. Entrepreneurship Mastermind. Mastermind group for entrepreneurs, startup co-founders, and venture capitalists. This is not a place for any type of self-promotion. Okay. And I don't need to self-promote. That's the nice thing is, that's not why I'm joining this groups. And if you're joining groups for that purpose, you are really failing to grasp the concept of how you win in business and how we win in business. Created to help you people in all things concerning being an entrepreneur. So again, pretty elementary level, small business owners and entrepreneurs. I like the small business owner category. I would never consider myself a small business owner. I feel like it's kind of limiting, but I don't want to say that out loud to people because it's just a title. SMB is a category that they run stats on in the United States. So it's important. A lot of people take great pride and ownership of an SMB company, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're small or small-minded. Just recognize that. Small business owners, again, back to it. This group is for people who want to start and grow their small businesses and other entrepreneurial ventures. Let's all share and learn from each other. Cool. So we've got an inclusive mindset as well. Let's close those out and move into the first one. So Entrepreneur and Small Business Exchange USA. Already read this about it. I am taking a tour of the city before I join. Lawanda Carter. Weak business performance, not enough collateral, low credit score, already carrying. Blah, blah. Did you know 20% of small business loans are denied due to bad business credit? So she's trying to get some traction here. She didn't really. I could give her some traction. That would make her want to be friends with me by simply liking her post, checking out her website, saying, hey, and I see the value you're providing. Thanks for providing it. And I came across this. This is apparently what I need to read today. I believe that. It came across my agenda. It's not necessarily the number one thing that's going to be most important for my day, but there's a reason I came across it. The law of attraction, law of the universe connecting us all together. It matters. This lady is just promoting her Tupperware. DNB is dead, whatever that is. Creepy, not going to engage. Just created live training, how to 20x appointments in 1 week, PDF of exact framework. Sure, send me the link. Right? I'm just going to support him. So easy. I offer live training, Tai Chi, guided meditation classes, more, considering offering your employees a way to develop a healthy routine. Cool. I can follow up with that person and find out. Again, if you don't know anything about my reverse pitch and my sales process, you're going to probably be like, oh, why do I do that? And you'll never win if you don't figure out why I would do that and how I win in these types of deals. Figure it out. I've got video trainings on it. Leading IT support. Are you getting the right support and value from your current IT provider? Do I have clients that need IT and IT support? I do. So is it helpful to contact this person and be in touch with them? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I've got to take the chance on the individual and find out, pre-qualify them, see if they're good at what they do, great at what they do, see if they're worth, putting in front of somebody in my circle. It might be as simple as finding out, do they speak English well enough to be able to engage with my client? If they do, then I can find somebody who might need IT and be like, hey, you know what? You guys might be able to help each other out. And that person might be trying to sell a service as well. And so I put 2 and 2 together. I let them take the time to figure things out and move on. This is a fantastic group. There's nothing wrong with this group whatsoever. The only thing I need to do is get in it. And so I'm going to hit the join button. And I see it has the exact same business things as every other. So yeah, they don't want any Bitcoin, Forex. That should teach you something. If you're a Bitcoiner, keep it to yourself or in your Bitcoin circles. Nobody wants to listen to you about that shit. WhatsApp, live streams, MLMs, get rich quick or you'll be banned. No coaching related products or services like income streams. In other words, like stop trying to pitch. Just come in here and see how you can help people best. And they already have some of that happening, like that Tupperware program. That doesn't mean it doesn't mean you're going to win just because you're following what some broke ass person's doing. So don't do it. Let's go in here. This is a group for American businesses only. Cool. Like that pre-qualifies a lot of stuff. And no offense to the rest of the world, but we've got other ways we can help the rest of the world, like Kiva.com. So no hate speech or bullying. Respect everyone's privacy. No job postings or recruiting. No political content. Must be an established Facebook user. No financial service advertisers. Blah, blah, blah. I agree to these group rules. Pretty easy. Submit. Welcome to our Facebook group. Grow your business with us. Retail, remote services, marketing services, small businesses. The best thing I can do is come in here and ask questions and figure things out. So James Gluz, digital marketing. This is somebody I'd want to talk to, but I'm not coming in on day one and bothering the mayor of the group. That is not how you win. I do want to find out who the mayor is. I do want to find out what he stands for. Okay, So he's randomly got his personal profile kind of combined with his business profile. Fine. Let's go to his website and see what he's got. He's only got one review on it. That's not really great, but it doesn't mean that he's not valuable. Maybe he has 6,000 on Google, and pretty nice looking design. Yeah, I would go through this. I'd spend at least probably 5 to 10 minutes reading through, maybe opting into James' stuff, trying to understand who he is as a leader, and that's what's going to lead me to gain traction with him, and ultimately allow me to really maximize my opportunity in the group. That's not what I wanted. Let's go over to people. I'd go in here too. Find out who are the people involved with this group. Specifically, who are the admins and moderators, and who are my friends, and am I close to them? I'm not. I know this guy. He came up recently on a testimonial page of somebody that I had a strategy session with, so I should probably reach out. Let's do it. Hey, Dylan. How you been, man? I came across a web page. No, I'm not going to give it away. How you been? Here. What you are up to. See means I'm snooping. Hear means I'm willing to listen. So I'd like to catch up and hear what you're up to these days. And I'm going to take an inferior approach. Not sure if you remember, we had joined Sales Mentor around the same time. You're doing great. I don't want to say hope you're doing well, because that kind of sounds like maybe he might not be, but I want to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's doing great. And the hope anchors it. So I hope you're doing great. Thanks in advance. Thanks, man. It's good enough because he's a hoodie guy. He may not respond. I don't care. I'm going to keep going. So admins and moderators. Interesting. So James ultimately runs this by himself. He doesn't even have anybody else who helps him. Look at that, man. Looks like a nice dude. Looks like a nice, pretty happy individual. Oh man, he's living in California. And now I know that there's nobody else in this running this group. He's just done it himself. And man, he's got 6.2 thousand members. So 6,200 members. And that's awesome. He's doing a great job of building this up for himself. Is it leading to the growth he wants? I don't know. That's not the point. I'm not saying he's growing a great business model or that he's doing great business, but I can respect the value of what I see. So anyway, let's keep going. So I've got that one. I've already joined that, or requested to join. Entrepreneur Mastermind Innovation, 24,800. Again, I have a better chance of staying out in this group than I would in other groups. This time, let's kind of reverse the direction we go. Let's go to people first before we go to join the group. Only one again, Art Jonak. And I've got a mutual friend in here, and Gabe. Got a couple, JD Daly as well, Carlos Siqueira, Christina Dawn. That's somebody I should catch up with and say hi to, by the way. Hey, Christina. Love to catch up. And this one I'm going to make more formal. We had a really, really great relationship with a couple of strategy sessions, to the point where she was crying, like in tears, talking to me about what's going on in life, and how she's moving forward, and so I have a lot of respect for her as an individual. She'll have a lot of respect for me. She'll remember the emotions associated with our meetings as well. It'll be pretty easy to get back on track with talking. So Entrepreneur Mastermind, do I want in this group? I don't know. Let's take a look again at the discussion. So far, so good though. Art Jonak, I don't know if he's from the States or from somewhere else. Doesn't matter too much, but there is a cultural dynamic that occurs in groups. Look at that. Absolutely remember, Jackson. I have a little time for a call today if that works for you. Let me do this. Middle of shooting a Loom training. sales team. Less and less, but solid can. What time tomorrow? Finances. Okay. Have a calendar link? Chance. P.S. Honestly, can't remember the name of that company. Most represented. Certainly bad. Both escaped it. All right, cool. So shared mutual background. We're good to go. All right, Robinhood IPO today. Interesting. So this was back on the 2021 years. Sunlight Financial. Okay, so this guy's big into like stock stuff. This is not my style group. I can already tell you that. It's not my favorite stuff. Let's see here. Art's very proactive in his posts. Does he make room for anybody else? He's good at commenting on his own stuff. Ooh, that has a lot of comments. Holy crap. Are they all his? I don't think so, but man, weird. All right. So I'm not going to bother with this group, but I could. Small business owners, entrepreneurs, again, discussion's helpful. Tyler Woodall, a lot of response on that's been posted, of course. Chris Dunphy, we'll do some networking. What's everyone's business? 42 comments on that. Lots of people to engage with. Let's network. Okay, people are getting it in this. Juvenile Tribal, cool. They wrote a book. Let's talk about it maybe. Renika, looking for people that is available to test some virtual games this Sunday. Who's down? Interesting. Like I might participate in that and help them out with that. That could be kind of fun and cool. Construction businesses. Yeah, this is a decent group. So if people who want to start their small business, please post only content about business and entrepreneurship, things you want to know and learn about in your experiences. So they seem to be following the group rules well. There's 138,000 people. So again, a fantastic group. I need to take my time and solidify myself in a group like this. So I'm going to join. Type SMB into the text box if you are reading this. Excellent. So they're also making sure that automations can't join this group. Indirect promotion, stay on top. It's pretty much the same rules as always. You would want to read these, but I'm going to speed through this because sufficient engagement and vague posts. Posts that do not get sufficient engagement will be removed. Posts containing questions that have already been answered repeatedly or continue vague will be removed. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So they moderate the experience that people have in this city. They want to make sure there's no trash laying on the side of the road. That's great news. That's a really good thing. That's the type of thing that you want. We'll come back to Dylan's. I can't see it. Or I can't focus on that right now. But you can see that I can train and book appointments at the same time. Elizabeth Davenport, looking for some advice on purchasing existing business. Any advice is welcome. Freaking awesome. This is chocked full of amazing stuff. What you need to do is become a thought leader in this community. And it starts by joining it. It starts by humbly introducing yourself with I'm grateful to be a part of this. Look forward to learning from you all, getting that post out there, and then starting to engage on these existing posts, liking, being grateful, being willing to follow. In fact, I'm going to love this. Comment, following. Thank you. Yeah. Oh. So I've already done this. I need to wait. All right, it could get a little bit hasty. Maybe they'll accept it once I get accepted. I don't know. But that's what I'd start doing is going to these posts. What's everyone's businesses? I am not going to jump into this post. This is a death trap for somebody who's new to this audience. If it's my first day and I'm already trying to seek out the self-promotion opportunities, people are going to run me out of the city, or people are going to plug their ears and say, I don't want to have anything to do with that guy. You've got to come in and provide a sincere amount of value. You've got to build friendships up with a lot of people in order to win. All right, so I've drug you through 20 minutes of work. And in that 20 minutes of work, I've ultimately booked an appointment, which is like on the hinges of that. And I've gone ahead and got two groups that I've sent join requests to. Let's go here. Let's do one more. I don't want more than like 5 or 10 groups, but it's this easy to get established. So I like coaches a lot. Let's go to this thing, see more coaching groups. 67,000 members. I'm already in these 3 groups. 41,000 is coaching, therapy, and mentoring. All right, fantastic groups. Coaches, online connection. Welcome to Coach Online Connection. No matter what type of coach you are, your duty as a coach, your client is to help them get unstuck. Sure it is. I agree with that. Coaching and Business Owners Network Group. Welcome to this network group. I would just have to, there's really no reason why 7-figure agency owners and high-ticket coaches, I'm not a big fan of the ones that are like that because they're money driven. And that's not my goal. It's not my type of network. I understand that money is a vehicle, but it is not the purpose. And so I wouldn't align with most people in that group because they've probably gotten in the coaching space because they're, really into the money aspect. Let's see, your personal life coach, the business coach, Facebook group. It's an open group established to help business people improve, grow, help others. So that's not for coaches, thriving coaches community. This community is for you if you're a transformation professional, coach, consulting, therapist, etc., and you want to grow your practice. So that could be a very good group, especially because it's driven around coaches that have practices, or in other words, doctors. And one thing that's cool about doctors is doctors have money. They can invest in their growth. They're very eager to invest in their growth. They're very purpose driven. So this is a type of community where I might really enjoy being a part of it. And again, playing the inferior role for a good amount of time, allowing my connections to grow. One thing I talked about my sales team is offering to interview these people and make them look good, and then sharing that in this and in other groups where you can promote them. That type of value is appreciated by people. So it's about joining the right communities. It's about providing the right type of value to those communities. And as you do so consistently, what happens? You start to get noticed in that group. All sorts of people start to really see and value you. And there's a compound effect that occurs. It starts to, your value in that group becomes exponential. And so you got a snowball effect on your side. If you're not snowballing, if you're just going group to group and kind of disappearing and coming back, you're going to be viewed as an inconsistent individual. You're going to be viewed as somebody who either doesn't have the time because you're already successful, or more commonly, people are going to view you and think, man, this guy can't even stand on solid ground for longer than 2 days. And they're not going to want to have anything to do with you. So get yourself established in whatever groups it is that you're part of. Become the value. Even if you're in a group that could be considered full of manure, you rise to the top. And guess what? Here's the truth about that. If you think that, you're thinking that about other human beings, you have a serious problem with understanding the value that the human being actually is. None of these groups are full of trash. It's not trash. These are real human beings who are trying to win in life, trying to figure things out. And as you rise to the top, it's kind of impossible to ignore you and the value that you have. But you're not rising to the top because everybody else is worthless. You're rising to the top because you're being the most valuable. You're the person people can rely on. You're the person who's consistent. You're the person who's patient. You're the person who's persistent. You're the person who's diligent. You're the person who's loving. That's the type of individual you want to be. That's the type of leader others want to follow. So take care of your communities, get into them, and show the value that you can provide.